Looks like a good matchup, at least on paper. Mark Rogers TV here to preview Oregon, Arizona State coming up on Thursday night in Tempe. The Ducks come in at 6-0, third in the BCS standings. Arizona State at 5-1, and they rank really high in the defensive rankings across the nation. Top 10 in total defense and points against. They're second in the country in sacks and second in tackles for loss. But who has Arizona State played? Their one loss was at Missouri, 24-20. At that point, the Tigers looked like a pretty good football team with James Franklin at quarterback, and Missouri was healthy before they got beat up in the SEC and lost 4 consecutive conference games. So, Arizona State really hasn't beaten anyone. They're 5-1, but the defense is legitimately good. They're fast, they're talented. Former head coach Dennis Erickson recruited really well on that side of the football. And head coach Todd Graham has said that his team's going to run fast, they're going to hit hard, they're going to blitz, they're going to come from all angles. So they're basically going to do against Oregon what they've always done. Most teams try to stop Oregon by staying in the base defense, keeping everything in front of them, making the Ducks try to hit the big play behind them, trying to make tackles in open space. And what usually happens is that it doesn't work. Oregon coming in at 52 points per ball game, 83 snaps per game. So at least Arizona State's going to say, this is what we do well. We've got athletes, we've got speed, maybe not as much as you have, but we're going to play our game. We're going to come right after you. We make sacks, we make tackles for losses, we play in the opponent's backfield, and we're not going to stop doing that. We'll see how it shakes out. Last season, it was 41-27 Oregon, so Arizona State played with Oregon for most of this football game. Remember watching it last season. Kenjon racked up a $171 on the ground with 2 touchdowns. DeAnthony Thomas this year at 9.3 yards per carry and 9 touchdowns already. And the freshman for Oregon, Mariotta, playing well, 15 touchdowns, 5 picks, and 65% completion percentage. And, of course, Arizona State last year, again, lost at 41-27. They stayed in the game, and they had a quarterback who was drafted in the NFL, Brock Osweiler, and he's replaced by Taylor Kelly. Taylor Kelly playing really well, especially in the Pac-12, where the Sun Devils are 3-0. He's tossed 11 touchdowns against no picks, 14-2 ratio in all games played. Oregon will be playing without Isaac Remington, one of their best defensive tackles, who's got 4 sacks. He has been suspended due to a DUI. We've got Oregon. We've got Arizona State. It looks like a mismatch when you consider what Oregon's been in the last few years and that Arizona State's been pretty marginal and has yet to play anybody this season. But the game's in Tempe on grass, and Arizona State's off to a good start. Would love to hear what you have to say about the Sun Devils and the Ducks on Mark Rogers TV.